Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Cubs Daily. My name is Steven Ryan. The Cubs are set for 3 games in St. Louis. I'm going to talk about that towards the end of the video, but we also have some fun injury news and updates. Players are starting to get healthier. Hopefully this lineup can get healthier, and then our offense can get back to what it was doing early on in the season. But before we get into all that, I just want to give a big shout out to all you Cubby maniacs hopping into the comment section, sharing your thoughts. I love hearing all the different perspectives that this fan base has. This is truly the best fan base in all of sports. So many Cubs fans from so many different walks of life. It's truly an honor to meet every single one of you and engage and discuss baseball. So please keep on sharing your thoughts down in the comment section. I love to hear it. So Miguel Amaya, if you go to Cubs.com and you look up the injury and transaction report, Miguel Amaya is set to return to the club next week early in the series against the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, the other night, Miguel Amaya did have that 2 RBI double. He's starting to get healthy. He hasn't even been with this team since middle to late May, and he's still a top 12 player in WAR on this team. Now, WAR isn't the end-all, be-all of all baseball metrics, but it's one of mine for a grand scheme approach, right? How much impact does a player have like this when he's been gone for so long, and he's still a top 12 player on this team? That's how good he was the first 2 months, and I'm not going to say he was the reason we were that good, but obviously he was a contributing factor, right? He was a really good player. He's one of the highest with batting average with runners in scoring position for this team at the time. And honestly, it's something that I'm really enjoying seeing from him, and I'm really happy that he's going to get back and help Carson Kelly platoon. Now, what Carson Kelly was doing the first half of the year was just obnoxious. That was not sustainable, but Miguel Amaya provide grace and balance to that catching position. Reese McGuire has had some games. It's been fun, but I think we all kind of know where Reese McGuire stands in the grand scheme of things. You know, he's kind of a quadruple A player, as I like to say. He's somewhere above triple A, but he's not quite the big leagues. So, again, what Reese has done for this team has been incredible, but I'm excited to get Miguel Amaya back, and hopefully he can help this offense go to the next level and bring back some good, solid defensive catching as well. Now, another new name not a new name, he's been on this team for a long time, it's Javier Assad. Now, if you don't remember Javier Assad from the previous 2 seasons, he was an absolutely solid pitcher for this ball club, okay? He was a very good contributor, especially coming out of the 4 or 5 slot, right? When he's your 4th or 5th starter and he pitches the way he pitches, he is an excellent baseball player for this team, ladies and gentlemen. And it's very exciting to see him hopefully get back and get healthy. He hasn't even pitched a game in the majors yet. He's been battling an oblique injury. I mean, this team and their obliques is just, it's otherworldly. I've never seen so many oblique injuries in one season. But again, he went 4 1/3 the other day, had a few strikeouts. His fastball, it topped out at 93, which was new. So exciting to see the development of Javier Assad, and I'm hoping he can come back and have a big-time impact on this team. Still kind of pushed Ben Brown to the bullpen in the sense, so the staff, in my eyes, obviously not fully healthy because we're missing our main man, Justin Steele, but it's going to be Shota, Matthew Boyd, Cade Horton, then we'll have Jamison Tyone / Colin Ray, and then Javier Assad at the end, pushing Ben Brown and or Ray to the bullpen to help sustain that. So, again, I think the real key here, ladies and gentlemen, is that our offense gets healthier. That's really what the Cubs need. But Javier Assad coming back, hopefully towards the end of August, will really help us make that push in September, either for the division, which we're still not out of, by the way, or he will help us solidify the wild card and get us into the postseason for the first time since 2020. I do imagine that's going to happen for this Cubs team. Now, I think a big part of this push is going to be this man right here, Mr. Kyle Tucker, okay? He has been struggling, but I have some good perspective numbers for you guys, okay? Just give me a moment here. He slid into first base against the Cincinnati Reds and injured his fingers. He was out of the lineup the next day, and then he came back, and, you know, he had an okay. He had a pretty solid June. But let's take a look at what Kyle Tucker was doing before that injury, okay? This is Kyle Tucker before the injury, right? 284, 394 on base percentage, 524 slugging. He only struck out 11.9% of the time, and this was in 269 plate appearances, right? Cubs, they still have one of the best records in all of baseball. This was absolutely when they had the best record in baseball. No doubt about it. They were one of the best teams, and they're still one of the best teams, ladies and gentlemen. But take a look at this. This is kind of the part that blows my mind, right? He slid into first base. His fingers got hurt, and these are his numbers since, okay? I also think he had about 11 home runs here, so just give me a moment. He's hitting 255. He has a 373 on base percentage. He's slugging 413. The strikeout rate has gone up, unfortunately. He's not hitting it as well. But, I mean, in the grand scope, right? In the grand scope of it, he's only lost, I mean, yes, 30 points on the batting average. That's not good. But 255 is above league average still. Just want to let you guys know that for context clarification. 373 on base percentage is still obnoxious. Yes, it's not 394, but 373 is way better than league average. And the slugging is down. That, I'm going to admit, the slugging is down, and I think that's the big key here with Kyle Tucker is we need that slugging to get back up. He was absolutely incredible in April and May, but once that slugging does rise again, I think a lot of these other numbers are going to rise as well by proxy, and that strikeout rate is going to go down, and the Cubs' wins and runs are going to skyrocket upwards. And this team is definitely going to make a very, very good push towards the postseason. So that's Kyle Tucker in the nutshell, ladies and gentlemen. He's still an above league average player, even though he hasn't been healthy for a while. So again, am I concerned? I'm not concerned. He's way too good of a baseball player. I'm still offering him as much money as he wants. He really helps this lineup meet the expectations. They were averaging a little under 6 runs a game those first 2 months. They're still only quote-unquote averaging 4.5 runs since June 1st a game, which you're just like, wait, what? The way this team's been playing? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the numbers are still there for this baseball team. Are they better? Are they as good as that April through May stretch? Maybe not, but they're definitely not as bad as they've been playing now. They're somewhere more in the middle, and I think we have an exciting September to look forward to, unlike seasons past, where this team has just squabbled and squandered away opportunities to go to the postseason. So, we got a 3-game set against the Cardinals. Now, I'm going to say this, ladies and gentlemen. 2 of 3 is minimum, or 2 of 3 is mandatory. A sweep would be very, very sweet. Obviously, that you're like, Steven, that's the dumbest thing you've ever said. No, what I'm saying here, though, is in context of keeping up with what the Milwaukee Brewers are doing. 2 of 3 is the mandatory here. We, especially when you're pitching Showtime on Sunday Night Baseball, and our main man, Matthew Boyd, is going today on the bump. We have to get the win today. The only wild card is tomorrow with Colin Ray. Again, all these games are going to be night games as well, ladies and gentlemen. We're on Fox tomorrow, and then we're going to be on Sunday Night Baseball on Sunday night. So it's going to be a really, really good series here against the Cardinals. Obviously, they're not playing as well as they would like to be, but it's the Chicago Cubs coming to town. You know they want to ruin our day. They're going to give it their best effort too. It's going to be a good series. So hopefully the Cubs can take care of business, get a series win. If we continue to stack the series wins, we will be in the postseason, which is all that matters. So that's going to do it for Cubs Daily again today. I hope you all have a fantastic Friday and a good weekend. And as always, it's Go Cubs Go.